Richie Long Shots. It's been a while.
It's been way too long. Way too long. We've stayed in contact, though. We've stayed in contact. Important to note.
We have. I think I've texted you more than my wife.
Ed, you get legal sports betting in Ohio. I'm glad that I'm the first person you reach out to.
It's been good so far. The crash is gonna be brutal.
Yeah.
But it's been a good start and a lot of very very fortunate, uh, good plays. So
Just wait until baseball season. It's when it all comes crashing down.
I can't. I cannot bet on baseball
It's
on
I
a
don't
daily
I
basis.
don't it is I know people that do. Pitch by pitch. It's just
Ugh.
like, oh no, not for me.
I think I'm gonna try to cut myself off in baseball. Maybe just do a little NBA playoff betting,
Yeah.
and then maybe bet on baseball back again in the playoffs. I think that's
Yeah.
probably
The
a
home run
smart.
derby's fun to bet. All-star game. You're going to a Reds game. You're like, all right, let me just bet the over. Or is Joey Votto not on the Reds anymore?
Still got
Right?
one. He's still owed $32 million, bud.
You could go bet, him to hit a home run, fun stuff like that. But no, the daily grind is not made for baseball.
One of my
College
worst.
basketball, though, yes.
Yes, the grind is always there for college
Hmm.
basketball. The most fun sport to bet on, in my humble opinion. The great thing is when you bet on a college basketball game, especially if you're betting the spread, like 90% of the time, your bet's still going to be in play at the end. Like, you don't get that in other sports, like football or even some baseball lines. Like, you can have a football game. Yep, your bet's over in the first quarter.
Right away. Team takes the opening kick, pick six, you're down 14-0. Like, it takes something to come back from. But I mean, obviously the scoring's different, but a 10-0 run in basketball, a 14-0 run. I mean, look what we saw earlier in the year with Liberty, Missouri. I mean, that's possible in any game at any time, where it's just it really can be a game of runs.
I had College of Charleston minus 11.5, and College of Charleston's up 20 points,
Mm-hmm.
and with like a minute left, and they win by 13. Like,
yeah,
I won, but man, it really got dicey there at the end.
And it's the one where walk-ons playing hero ball will just ruin your day
or save your day.
Or save your day. That's when the walk-ons come in at home and their fans are going crazy for them. They're shooting every shot. But when those walk-ons come on and they're away, and that coach is like, don't you shoot the ball. You're like, all right, we're going to be safe. But when those home walk-ons come out and people are cheering their name, the players on the bench that start are going crazy for them. It is just, you're just holding your breath because you're like, this is where I lose. And it has happened before.
Yeah, and we'll have a few more of those here the rest of the way. All right, let's get into our picks of the week. We'll update you real quick on the standings. Richie Longshot still leading the way, 37, 27, and 2. I had a good final week. It was a while ago, 7-5 to get to 32 and 33. Hoping this is the week I get back over 500. And then our guys, Chad and John, both 29, 36, and 2. Leading the rear for us. So
they're trying.
Hey, Chad did go 7-5, so we got to give him some props. John was hot. Starting to climb out. Still a long season. We still got a lot of weeks left. Just wait till I make you guys pick every single conference tournament game. We'll do a daily one.
That's going to be the best.
I'm not going to keep up with those graphics. But all right, well, let's get into it. Purdue at Ohio State. I am the lone guy on the Boilermakers. Am I a nut job?
What did Purdue in their last game? I'm looking through my notes. I can't find anything. What happened with Purdue in their last?
I think they lost
game
to.
of round ball.
Did they lose to NJIT?
No, it wasn't Seton Hall. Wasn't Ryder. It was Rutgers. It was Rutgers. They lost to Rutgers. Oh.
And I'm banking on people overselling a tough loss in a tough place to play. No one wants to go play at Rutgers, right?
Like, that game was at Purdue.
Oh, was it really?
It was at Purdue. They lost. Yeah, the game was at Purdue.
Yeah, the kids were off.
The kids were off. It was. I get it, and I mean Purdue was ranked number 1, but the teams before they played Rutgers, they played Florida Atlantic, they played UNO, University of Northern Oregon. Don't know, don't care. And they played Davidson. They're 4-10 this year against the spread. Like I looked up ESPN's like FPI rankings. Ohio State chance they're favored to win the game, and the spread right now is Ohio State -1.5. So I will take that we're in the ballpark. I don't buy Purdue as a covering spread team. They got the tall guy that's been there for I don't know. It seems like forever. Probably only 2 years, but it feels like he's been there forever.
Hey, Purdue is number 1 in the country in shot quality. Ohio State 28th. I think people personally, I think people are selling too early on Purdue after a bad game. You're going to see a lot of bad games. Trust me, that 2019-20 team lost to a terrible Stetson team. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. All right, moving on. Queens at Bellarmine. We had a nice split here. I saw Bellarmine, and I have no idea how you picked them to beat our beloved Queens. Sell me.
Because the clock is going to strike midnight. They are going to realize that they are not.
We've been saying that all year.
Eventually, it's going to strike midnight. I'm in different time zones now. I'm like, all right, just keep moving west. It's eventually going to be midnight. ESPN as well. Really relied on some ESPN. They have some great. If you have ESPN Plus, they have some really good numbers. If you want to crunch, I use it a lot for NFL, college basketball, college football. They give Bellarmine a 74% chance to win this game. I saw that and I went, all right. Eventually, the numbers are going to make sense, and they're going to stop outplaying what they're doing. The game's at Bellarmine. Give me the home team in this situation. That's
we'll see.
Trust on the numbers.
Bellarmine fans were not happy with that team. I could not believe how angry so many of those people were.
No, that was ugly.
This team just got to Division I. They won the championship last year. Like, give us a break. But yeah, that their fan base was not high on them. So I don't know. It was just the vibe that I got. But I was like, yeah. I am fading Bellarmine any chance I get after that. All right, we are all on Liberty -14. Man, this is such a big line for this game, but Jacksonville State has been awful. Liberty's been a wagon lately with 4 straight spreads and covered by a lot.
Easily. You even just said what Jacksonville State is one of the luckiest teams. I heard some stats.
No.
The unluckiest team.
One of the unluckiest. So that's what gave me a little bit of caution.
That's what worries me.
But
I don't care.
The way Liberty's playing at home, I couldn't go against it. Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. I put this on here because I want to just give this game some more attention.
Yep.
This is an awesome mid-major game. I hope guys like Rothstein are pumping this out tomorrow. UAB at Florida Atlantic, 2 great mid-major teams. If the tournament expands to 90, these are 2 teams who need to be in it no matter what they do. This is what should be about the 90. I went with Florida Atlantic. Man, they have had some impressive wins. I love UAB as well. Love both these teams. I just went with Florida Atlantic. Just at home, I think they can eke out that 5. You think the 5's too big?
Jelly Walker.
How do you go against Jelly Walker?
You tell me I'm going to get points and I'm going to get Jelly Walker? Done. Easy.
Yeah.
Jelly Walker. If you don't know Jelly Walker, look up Jelly Walker.
Yeah. UAB 52 in Ken Palm, Florida Atlantic 39. Yeah, man, I just it was close. I went back and forth on this a lot. Ken Palm says this is the 4th best game of the entire night tomorrow on a pretty good slate. So,
yeah.
We'll all be watching Liberty, but if you got a second screen, put this game on. This is an awesome game. Watch the highlights later. Support mid-major basketball. We love it.
And if you don't have a second screen in 2022, 2023, got to get it figured out.
Yeah.
This is the time of year where if you're a hockey fan, you got to be able to watch multiple games. You can't watch one game at a time. Channel surfing, not happening. Figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Game probably a little bit more about the names than the actual quality at this point. But Kentucky at Alabama, our guy Chad is riding the Wildcats. I think Alabama's just so much better, at least at this point in the year. Uh, Kentucky's going to have to play a great game to cover a 5-point spread. That's what I was going with.
Yeah, I mean, I watched UK play LSU. Was it Monday night? Tuesday night? Monday night.
It was
It
last
was
night.
earlier. Was it last night?
Yeah, it was last night.
That's a quick turnaround from them. They had that win at home against LSU, and then they beat Louisville by 3, which rivalry game. They should be able to crush Louisville. And then they beat. I can't read my handwriting. They beat someone who wasn't very good. Bama, other than their loss to Gonzaga, they've been rolling lately. So I think Bama at home is a great spot. I love that number is 5. And I'm not gambling all January, physical money. I'm not doing anything that would get me reps in 2011 for all of January. And so I would, if I were, I would bet this game. But so you'd be proud of me, Doc. I'm 4 days in.
Make sure you keep that hair high and tight.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Is gambling legal at Liberty? Is that it?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, I did it. I remember we had an offshore book for when we beat Ball State, I think in 2010. And I woke up the next morning and my roommate spent it all on online blackjack. Like, that is on the up and up. Dealer's getting like 5-card 21s with 3 aces, and he's sitting there with 2 kings. Like, he never stood a chance. All the money was gone. So if it was illegal, I broke that rule too. But no, all January. Horses don't count, though. That's important to note. Ponies don't count.
It's not a team sport.
Not a team sport. And you're betting against other people, pari-mutuel.
Yeah, makes sense.
Horse racing was legal in Ohio pre January 1st. So, yeah, I see the logic. Quick side note. So I got $50 left in my offshore account, or my offshore betting account, now that I can bet in the States. Yeah. So obviously there's no point in trying to take it out because you get like 90% of it lost to fees or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I want to put it on a future, and I'm thinking about Alabama. They were like plus 2,200. I wanted something kind of around that range. I didn't want to go with like a Houston who's like plus 750 or a Kansas. They were way too high. What do you think about Alabama? Do you think that's a decent?
And I know you're not like a huge football guy. You save it for Super Bowl props that you can't bet in Ohio. You save it for the national anthem. You save it for the hot dog eating contest. You save it for the Oscars. You have that in the back pocket.
Politics.
So when something pops up. Politics, like you save it for when Ohio says no. Like I used to keep money in my offshore because I can't bet Rutgers in New Jersey. I can't bet on college sports played in New Jersey. So if there was ever like a Final Four in Newark, I'd be SOL. Like, so if Rutgers ever went to a Final Four, like I don't know if they changed the rules because it's too much money to lose. But like I used to keep money in for that. Ohio obviously doesn't have that issue. I'd keep it in and just save it for when you're like, oh, I want to get in on that, but I can't.
Or maybe if Liberty makes the NCAA tournament, I'll put it all on something with like a plus 250. Say, hey, if we win, making that flight
get
to
weird
California.
With it. Yeah, get weird.
All right, we're off the rails. All right, Creighton at UConn. Me and John went with Creighton plus 11. UConn's really, really good. One of the best teams in the country. It's a lot of points, and Creighton's been playing a lot better lately. They've kind of looked like that top 10 or top 15 they were at the beginning of the season. I think it's a lot of points. That's why I went with Creighton, but I went back and forth on this one.
It was a tough one, like you said, too many points. If it were single digits, I'd be all over UConn. I still obviously like UConn. UConn's 7-3 against the spread at home this year. Creighton 5-5 on the road, still respectable on the road, but I just like UConn a lot this year. They're coming off of a loss. I think that's a good spot. I love a team coming off a loss, ready to right that wrong, especially being at home coming off of a loss. So I love this game. I think it's going to be a fun game, similar to that Kentucky-Alabama game. A lot of great games on Saturday between all the college basketball games, some NFL games. Saturday is going to be a really fun day of just, wall-to-wall sports. A lot of soccer on, too, if anyone. There's FA Cup all day long, ESPN Plus. Like, it's just going to be a wild day of sports. We're going to have 3 or 4 TVs in the living room. and it's going to be a good day.
All right. Love it. Love it. Lipscomb at Jacksonville. Long shots right the Bison after you just witnessed them get dismantled. I want to take Jacksonville and like add some extra points on this. I want like Jacksonville -10.
You're going to love my logic. They have played the last 5 games. They have alternated who's covered the spread. They've gone back and forth. Do you know who covered the last time they played? Jacksonville. Give me Lipscomb.
All right.
Play back and forth. Sometimes you gotta play the hunch.
I can't argue. You're 10 games over 500, so you're doing something right. This disgusted me that we did a clean sweep on North Florida because I think they are one of the most overrated teams in our conference year after year. But just the way FGCU's playing, 10 points, Florida rivalry-ish game. I don't know. If this line was a little lower, I'd be, if this line was like 8, 9, I'd be all over Florida Gulf Coast. But 10, I don't know if I see Florida Gulf Coast winning a game by double digits right now before they get right.
No, and they haven't in a while. Like I was looking, all their wins have been, 1 possession game, 2 possession games. Like they haven't just shut the door on a team in their last few games. So give me the points, especially 10. So many points.
Yeah. We're all fading the Cinderella Queens, going with Kennesaw. I feel like this game should be more of a pick'em, which is why I went with Kennesaw. I think this is a very evenly matched game. This is a fun ASUN game to watch. Really looking forward to it, but just you give me 5 points of taking Kennesaw.
Yeah, ESPN had it 44%, 56%. That's pretty close to a coin flip. And if that's, to me, that screams 1 possession game. Give me the 5 points. And it's just going to be a great Chad's being rude in the comments.
Disrespectful.
And just a great, like all the ASUN games Saturday are like a 5 p.m., right? I think the first one's like 4 or 5 o'clock. Like it is just like back-to-back games overlapping. It's going to have some big-time March Madness vibes on Saturday night. But no, like you said, it's too many points. I think it's going to be a 1 possession game. And, with that the case, obviously give me 5 points.
Old friends, which is why I went with this one. Winthrop at Longwood. Longshot's the only one taking the Lancers to cover.
It's my pick of the week.
Ooh, okay. Covered.
My pick of the week. Longwood has won their last 3 games by an average of over 20 points.
And I know Winthrop is all in name because they're not very good this year. 10 points.
Winthrop, their point differential this year, on average, -2. Longwood, 11. So right there is 13 points. Winthrop, 1-6 against the spread away this year. Longwood, 4-1. They are rolling teams right now, like to the point where I'm getting 14, 15 seed in March. Ooh, like let them catch a bad team. Like just wait, they're coming.
Wow. All right, you're really high on the Lancers.
Yeah, they're playing well.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. They got demolished by George Mason and Wichita. I don't know.
Yeah, those aren't Big South teams, though. Yeah. And once you get hot and you got momentum and you think you can beat anyone, anything can happen.
All right.
Hey, I have a fun story I'll share with you guys off air about going to a Liberty game at Longwood.
I think I know this one, but I definitely want to hear this one again. All right, and then our last one, we talked about how EKU is dangerous. I went back and forth on this. I think this is a game like it was last year when Liberty played at EKU. I think this is a game that EKU kind of keeps it close the whole game, but Liberty just finds a way to get it up to double digits at the end. That's how I see this playing out. It's a lot of points on the road. I would imagine it's probably like right at what the line would be. To be honest, I think they'll probably just go right with KenPom on this. What's your thoughts?
It's a quick turnaround. I don't know when Eastern Kentucky's last game is, or I guess technically when their next game is. But actually, let me pull it up real quick. They play Thursday against UCA, and then Liberty. So they're having that game at home. Like you said, the last time they played, I looked it up. You know what the spread was? 8, and Liberty did not cover. I think only won by 6 or 7. So I saw that. I went, give me the points again. Oh, like I said, away, quick turnaround, class back in session. School's back in session, right? The kids going back this week?
I think it probably
Did they go
depends
back?
probably depends on the school.
Classes are probably about to go back. Liberty probably starts next week. So you get those Sunday scaries where you're like, ooh, I got syllabus week coming up. I got to then travel back to Lynchburg to then start the second semester. Give me Eastern Kentucky, the Sunday scary special.
All right. I'm riding the Flames right now. I think this team's playing really, really well. But this is a tough game. This is a game. If Liberty does win this and they cover this game, I'm really feeling good about where we're at. For sure. All right, Mr. Longshots, do you have any final parting thoughts for us?
No. I'm glad we were able to get together. I know it was kind of crazy around the Christmas season. I don't want to offend anyone. The holiday season, and with bowl game and the boys in Boca, and get back together. And I love when you send us all the games for the week. I pull on my laptop and I'm like scrambling in, putting notes together and trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. So enjoying that. Twitter is always a hoot. Keep it coming. Keep tuning in. Keep watching Liberty basketball. I feel like the vibes on Twitter during a Liberty basketball game are so much different than a Liberty football game. Like it is just a little more serene. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, there's more. I feel like there's more grace in the basketball season than there is the football season.
There's a lot more like level-headedness.
Yeah,
like it's not. I want that player dismissed from the university. Like that, we're not seeing that so much during basketball games. Like grace, I think it's a great word. Like there's a lot of grace for, especially with the freshmen out there. Like it's kind of all right, they're going to be okay. A lot of it's good. It's good. So I enjoy the vibes on Twitter during the game. So enjoy that, and I'm looking forward to this weekend slate.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks, Richie, as always, for coming on. Have a great week.
Got it. We'll see you guys.